Alright, we are gonna flip the switch a little bit here today. Normally, you know, we've been doing the Destiny print and play, but today we're gonna have a little fun and we're gonna work on our RC truck a little bit, and we're gonna play some old school RC Pro-Am. So we got the NES controller down here, and over here on the screen we have RC Pro-Am. So we're gonna start a save on that, and we are also going to build and print a custom mount for the truck over here. And you can see that truck on the screen. It's an Arma Sentin 4x4. We're going to print a custom mount for this that holds our FPV cam, and I'll hold that up here, from our drone. And again, it's one of these little like 25 milliwatt drone cams. Here's the battery. And we're also going to mount our GoPro on there. And we have the GoPro Hero 4. So we're going to mount that on there so we get good HD recorded video along with live video for our headset. So of course we have our FPV headset that we're going to wear and be able to see our truck in real time as it drives around on, I don't know, does missions, I guess. And then what I was thinking, actually, I kind of remixed this as we were setting up today here at Multiverse Studio. I thought what we do is, instead of taking the camera mount and camera off of the drone and then printing a new mount for the truck, I was actually going to print it so the drone could live on the truck. We can drive the truck somewhere, and then we can use another servo to lift a latch and then fly off with the drone and then fly the drone somewhere and maybe deliver some sort of thing. So I think actually there's a place called Workhorse that's working on this, and it's someone would say it's a Workhorse UPS truck. It made me think of this. And it's like a electric vehicle that has a drone on top, so like the person can be delivering packages while the drone delivers smaller packages. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of recreate that. Work UPS drone, something like that. Let's see if we can image of it here. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. So the drone lifts and flies around and does the smaller packages while the delivery driver delivers the bigger stuff. And of course the drone can then hotspot batteries and hotspot packages, and I think it's a really cool thing. So we're going to try to kind of recreate that. So we're going to put our FPV drone, our little racing drone. This is an Inductrix Tiny Whoop right here. So if you're familiar with that, the Tiny Whoop is a small drone that feeds its image back to a headset so you can race it, and we do a lot of drone racing. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mount that in a cage on top of our truck. Right, so again, that looks kind of like this little cage we have for it. It's actually a full container, but we just printed the bottom part. This is an old print. We're actually going to print a newer version that has, anyways. And then we're going to print on the back, we're going to print a mount for our GoPro. Now our GoPro is using a mount that is a regular tripod mount. So we're going to put up a bolt that this can screw on. And what we're going to do, if you look at the live cam, is we're going to try to mount that sort of higher back here so it can not only see the drone, but it can also get a good view of the whole road ahead and get some really awesome action video for us with the drone taking off and landing and things like that. So that's what we need to do. We need to print sort of what I sort of drew up was like an X shape that goes between the bolts of the mounts of the body. So what I'm going to do is pull up right over here on the live cam. What you can see is it has these posts here, right, that hold the body. And so I'm going to print something that sort of goes from the post into the middle and back out to the post. Right, and then from this post into the middle and back up to that post. So it's eventually going to form a big X across it with the drone right in the middle. Okay, so that's what I think would be the best. You know, so it's sort of going to be like this with this in the middle and sort of the X to it. So, and I think it would be cool to keep the body on it because it's a pretty rad body. They did a good job of, this is just the factory paint job that it comes with. Let's get this back on here. There we go. Okay. And again, I'm going to pull this 3D printer view up here. What we want to do is mount our drone on top, right? And then we want to mount our GoPro up here. So it can not only see the drone, but it can also see the road ahead, and we can get some really good action shots. And of course we'll put this in HD, and it'll record that for our YouTube channel, so we can put together some cool shots. And then, like I said, this drone, if we do it right, should be able to hit a latch and take off and fly away and then land back on here. So that is our end goal. This is going to be a multi-part series, of course. Now, if you're checking in for the Destiny 2 Ghost Nightlight, that is undergoing paint jobs right now. So we wanted to kind of skip ahead to this next one while the paint is drying and everything's going there. That's actually on a table out in the other room. It's not here in the studio. So we've been hitting that with a couple layers of the primer and some white, and of course the black pieces with some black. So while the Destiny 2 Nightlight dries, we're going to go ahead and run back some RC Pro-Am and print this out. We're also going to do some custom CAD design here. So let's bring up Tinkercad. Alright, and I have this already, RC camera mounts. So we're going to do, like it says down here, we're going to custom design this ourselves based on the measurements we take of the truck. And then from there, we are going to hit that up on the printer. And in the meantime, we'll get some RC Pro-Am. So, of course, the beats, as usual, are by Julian Avia. You can find him on SoundCloud, Julian_Avia. AVILA, and we are about ready to get started here. So first things first, I think we should play a game of RC Pro-Am. So I'm gonna pause these jams here, and we're gonna fill this up. And what I wanted to do is make sure the sound is back on. So hopefully you guys can hear that. So let's see. If I hit start. No, hold on. We're gonna cancel that out. Let's try this again. There we go. That's better. All right. So not to show our age, but RC Pro-Am is a game that we owned. We got for our birthday. We played a lot. We drove a lot of RC cars growing up. This is our latest RC car. We do it just for fun and just to see what the state of the art is. Every so often I get a new one just to check it out and see what's going on. So RC Pro-Am was a game that I played a lot and trying to get really far, and of course collect all the letters, collect all the boosts, all the turbos. So this is fresh. I just loaded the ROM for the first time to see that it would work. I have not even completed one lap, so we're about to see if 20 years I still have those skills. So here we go. Ready? So I'm going to start this up. And of course you can see I'm completely... Alright, here we go. Well, don't even know the acceleration button. Now, unlike Mario Kart, there are no, like, turbo hops. Oh, look at that. Got the letter on the first one. My tires and engines. Now, a modern multiplayer version of this would be dope. That would be really fun. Alright. First race, still got it. That trophy room already has a little wrench. My tires are sticky. You can't even hold me. Let's go. Oh, now if I remember correctly, those rockets are like your turbo boost, am I right? up and get those rockets. We got that other... Oh, shoot. Oh, that actually shoots rockets. I have 5 of them. Oh my gosh. Alright. That's like early Mario Kart level stuff right there. You have your own little weapon slot. Oh, and there's the turbos. And there's the roll cage. Oh, Peach Car. Peach Car is invincible right now. So I don't want a piece of that. Oh. Oh. Get those bullets going. Oh, this is 3 laps. Saved all the laps. I was trying to pull off a little Andretti there. No, get it? Oh, out of missiles, 3rd place. Oh, man. I had that corner. I don't like that bronze. I don't like the bronze in the trophy room. Okay, so... Oh, but there's missiles, too. Can you select between the 2? Those. Well... Alright, one more. Those left. Let's pick up some missiles. We need to do a way better job of avoiding those puddles. 6! I have a 6 in my trophy room. A big brown 6. Moving rain clouds. Oh man. My driving's... Oh, you know what would make this way better? And I think I remember. Is the NES Max. The NES Max had a little... like control thumb wheel that you would use instead of the directional pad. And so it was this analog, sort of the original sort of analog stick, I guess you could call it. Wow, 1st place. Peach Car was about to lap me. Oh, man, Peach. Pick you out, Peach. Alright. Here we go again. Super turbos. 4-lapper. Okay. I know the course by now, Peach. Oh. Now today that would be an achievement. Shooting everyone with a missile. All on the road. Get it? Nice. I feel like that would be an achievement today. It'd be 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pretty good on upgrades. Oh, those are the walls that go up and down. Like those. Man, I'm missing those turbos. Avoid those, as I say. Get that invincibility. Now, if I believe correctly, if you don't finish in the top 3, you know it says out there. And then I think you have so many lives, and eventually you're done. You kind of, oh man, don't go out, because you never know. Peach Car might like finish any second now. You know that Peach Car. Okay. Now I have a bronze 4. And we're all supered up except our sticky tires. So here we go. And this is a 4-lapper. Okay. Oh, 2 invincibles. Cancel out. Oh, he's gonna be invincible longer than I am though, because he got second one of those. Racking up them stars. Ooh, get that, because he's gonna. Man. I got 9 missiles. I should have unloaded there. It's a 4-lapper though. We have time to come back. I don't see any turbos on this. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Dang it. Holy crap. Peach card just had Red Bull infusion. What the heck? Where did Peach card go? Get it? Dang it. Dunzos. What is that? Man, the AI is brutal. Alright, level 9. Oh, last second missile saved the day. Still gaining points down there too. All right, last second. Whoa, wait. We're on to the SUVs. All right, and then I think it's little race car buggies, little like desert buggies. Man, the wardens need to come out and clean up this track. There's a lot of oil on this. A lot of puddles. I'm gonna throw a caution flag. That is a lot of oil. Of course, the AI knows exactly where every puddle's at. Oof, saved again. Those 2 lappers catch you by surprise. Alright. Shoot. Oof. No missiles. No tires, no engines. We're striking out on this one. I need to sneak in here. I wonder if Peach is still like the best AI this round. SUV round. Oh man, I made a hard wrong turn there. So there she is. Outski. Game over. Alright, well we made it to level... Oh yeah, of course I'll put my name in. V... Oh, you can't do... letters? Alright, multiverse. 79, 719. Alright, I'm gonna take a picture of that. Level 10, first try, not bad. Alright, so we're gonna put this down. We are not gonna continue because we are gonna get back to our design of our mount for our RC truck. Alright, so I'm gonna turn Julian back on here. I'll let this on the screen just to check it out. And actually, before we go to Julian, what I'm gonna actually, here's over here. We're gonna move this stuff and move the truck over here. Let's get the truck up. Up there. truck is the thing we need to measure first. Right? So the truck should fit right here on our table. So, let's see. Just to scoot back a little bit here. We just need to see between these two posts. Okay. So, let me make sure. You know what we're going to do? We're going to get a new scene here with this Logitech. One sec. Source. We're going to add a video capture device. And you know what? We already have it. It's called the Logitech Cam. And there it is. We're just going to blow that up. Let's move that over here. Alright, then let's add a new source. And we'll add in the FaceTime cam, I guess. Perf. And let's add in one more new source. And we're going to add in, this is a window source. Hold on one sec here. Window capture. Yep. And that would be our airplane screen. Alright, so you know that's going to take a bunch of formatting. I don't want to do that this very second. So what we'll probably do is make it nice and big and then just hide it behind everything else. Let's try that. And then we'll just put it in the back. Alright. Good enough. Oh, and then we need to, sorry, flip this around. Flip-a-rooney. Whoosh. Horizontal. That's it. Okay. So, let's go back here. We got to work on getting our jams in all the different screens. So sorry about that, because it's kind of jumping around. So what you see over here, we have our Supreme doing its thing. Julian's got our jams. We have Tinkercad in front of us because what we need to do is we need to make our mounts. And again, we need to figure out the distance between these body mounts right here, because this is going to sort of be where all the structure is, right? There's a lot of structure in that. And that's what the body sits on, so that's going to be sort of the basis of our mount. So all of the weight will be onto this, which is designed to hold that weight. So now the tricky part is our wall spot only prints about 5.5 inches, 6 inches, a little under that. So if we look in at our wall spot bed here, you'll notice that that distance, and again, we can just take something like, you know, our Nintendo cartridge. That's about right here, right? So whatever we print is going to have to be a two-piece thing. So what I've designed in my head is a two-piece thing that then uses this to bridge the two pieces right in the middle. So this will sit here in the middle, and then the piece will come off here to here, and the piece will come off here to here. Right? And we'll bolts. It'll go right on to these, so we'll measure those. And then boom, I think we've got it, at least for prototype 1. We'll print that out and see what happens. So, first and foremost, we're going to use our favorite 3D printing tool, which is the calipers. These are digital calipers. And what they do is they make very precise measurements. So you can transfer that over here to Tinkercad and at least rough out what this is going to look like. We'll print our first prototype, we'll stick it on, we'll go from there. We may need to change some things, we may have some design decisions, we'll see. Alright, so when you turn on the digital caliper, you can zero it out anywhere on the scale, so it is closed. what we're going to measure is two measurements. We want to measure from here to here, right? What is this distance? Then of course we want to measure between the center point of each post. And so we'll have two posts coming up and then our X forming. And it'll make more sense when we draw it out on there. So why don't we do that real quick, actually. What I see in the middle is this box, right? And we can rough that out real quick. Let's just measure what this box is. So again, we have the box that our drone sits in. This is the drone that we're using. This is a tiny whoop. All right, and this is going to be the center point of our sort of brace, right? This is what's going to bolt in and sort of tie everything together because we have to print this in multiple steps. So we're going to measure that. And you're looking at 89. Let's flip this around. 89, point blah blah. So we're going to say 90. And that is the outer edge. Now again, this particular one we're holding is made to just fit the drone. We want to leave a little room for air, so even though this is 89, 90, we'll say maybe 91, just to be safe, right? So let's go into our Tinkercad here, and we are going to say 91 squared. And there it is. Now, this only needs to be about 3 millimeters high. So again, if we put our mouse down there, it'll give us what those, we can hide this up. It'll give us what those dimensions are. And this is in millimeters. So, the whole 3D printing world, everything is in millimeters. So that's what we use. And again, since this is what's going to hold our drone right here on top of our, it's really bright, isn't it? Maybe I can kill some of that light. On top of our drone, right? That's what's going to be sort of our centerpiece. So we measured that. And again, let's do it one more time. Measure twice, cut once. 89. 89. So we're going to make it 91. This is 2 millimeters right there. So that's all we're extending it just a little bit to give us some breathing room. Okay. So, knowing that, what we have here in Tinkercad is this centerpiece. Now, what my idea is have 4 sort of braces coming off of that, and then posts coming down from there, or when you design it coming up. Okay, so let me kind of tell you what I mean. We're going to make our braces a green color just to dissect them a little bit. And our braces we're going to make 5 millimeters. And again, we want to keep everything about 3 millimeters tall. If it needs to be thicker, when we print it again, we'll make it thicker. Let's try this. And we're going to want to extend these out. Let's just, duplicate this real quick. And kind of what I'm envisioning is maybe we'll go at like a 22.5, right? Coming off here, let's back up a little bit. And we'll duplicate that. Oh, I thought we duplicated that. Sorry, let's not unmove that. Let's duplicate that. Move that over. We can flip-a-rooney it. Right. And then what we would do, let's just put this guy here, is connect these two together. Right. And then we're just going to copy paste that, duplicate. We can group that up, duplicate, and bring it, and then we'll flip this one as well. Right, let's bring this up. Alright. Now, what we were thinking we would do is bring posts up off that. So again, you'd have these, cylinders sort of coming off that. And so then we're going to grab the whole thing. And let's, we don't need it. Let's try this again. Let's group that. Let's flip it over. That is what it should look like, right? And so coming down back over here, it's going to come up off these posts and then have the landing pad in the middle. So I think that's going to be rad. What we really need to do now is figure out what those exact measurements are. This was just a super mega rough copy, and figure those out. So let's flip this over. And we are going to ungroup this model. Let's delete these out. And let's go down here and figure out what this distance and this distance is. All right, so let's ungroup this. And let's give these each kind of a different shade here so we know they're all different pieces. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna hide this guy for now. Okay, so let's come back down here with our measuring tool. And let's see, first of all, what this distance is. Center point to center point. So we're going to come back down here. And here's our, we're going to say that's 1, 1, 5. Okay, now technically that's to the center points, and that's good to know. But we're going to want our bar to extend beyond each side. And that's actually 120. Let's duplicate this. We're going to pull this out, and this is 122. Alright. Perfect. And this one we're going to raise up just a tad so we know that's like our center point. We're going to blue that one. And then we're going to take these two pieces here. So that being the center point and that being the end point. And so I'm going to select these two. And just for now, we're going to group them. We can ungroup them later. And that is where that will go. So that being the back end, this being the front, this being the back. Now, we need to know exactly how far back that goes, right, from our little platform here. And then we can adjust these sidebars accordingly. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the body back on. Let's grab our body. Alright. Perfect. We got our body back on. And then we're going to come up and over and see what that looks like. In fact, let's measure what this distance is right here. And that's not going to give me millimeters. Feet and inches. curious real quick too. Let's check this distance here and see if it's the same as the back distance. So I'm curious. So let's pull out our caliper here. And no, it is actually thinner. Good thing we checked that. So the front, again, its full length is 117. So let's, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna duplicate this. Hang with me. I'm gonna flip this over here. We're gonna ungroup that. Let's delete this center point. And let's turn this to 117. Alright, now our thickness is 5 millimeters. That should be good, right? It actually needs to be 7 millimeters. So, good to know. This one needs to be 7 millimeters. Good to know. Let's just do that while we're at it here. And make that 7 millimeters as well. Alright, now we need to find our center point. So let's find the center point. And the center point between these two posts is 110. Alright, so we are going to again duplicate this and raise it up. I don't know, how far do we raise that one? Doesn't matter. 10, we're going to give it a different color. Right? And then of course we want to make it 110. And then we are going to align those. So we can turn that back into, we'll say that one's blue and that one's green. So again, this is our front. It's a little bit shorter distance. And this is our back. And now we need to find that distance. So we're going to use, unfortunately our calipers don't go that far. So we're going to come down here and measure, do a little bit of serious work here. So we're going to go just beyond the post. And that is 12 and 3/4. So we have 12 and 3/4 inches. Just translate that. We'll just do it here. 12.75 inch in millimeters. And that is 323.85. Let's go back here. Let's pull one of these puppies out. And now it says 20, but we know it's 320. Right? Boom. Alright, so that is how long the overall piece is going to be. Let's give this its own unique color. Alright, so we know it's going to be like from here to here. And this is going to be, oops, we didn't have those grouped. Those two. Okay. Alright, and we're going to pop these out just for a second. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the align tool to get this all centered up here. So we know that this is our overall length, and we know that this goes in the center of that. So we are going to hit align. We're going to center those two. We also want those to be, you know, do we just build a big square? I don't know. Let's try this. I'm going to align those that way. No, because that needs to be in the middle. Oh, you know what? We are getting our bathroom redone, and the contractor is here right now. Give me one moment to check on that, because I think they want to work on the bathroom, so I need to let them in. I'm sorry, I'll be right back. I am sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. We are getting our bathroom redone, and of course, right now is when they decided they needed to come in and do some things. So I had to show them around and do some stuff. What you see in front of you, so I know I lost a viewer, and I apologize about that. That's not good form, I know that. So, anyways, let's head back over here. We're gonna get these things going. What we left off doing was, you know, maybe we should just, let's finish this, because I hear them again. Alright, what we're going to do is, on the screen here, we're building the mount for our car here. And we're building a mount for two things. We want to mount our GoPro. Alright, so here's our GoPro. We want to mount that up here. And then we also want to mount our FPV camera, so our first-person view camera. And that is going to go on a drone. Well, right now it's on a drone. It's on our racing drone, our tiny whoop. And then we thought, well, instead of removing it out of here and unsoldering it and putting it on here, and why don't we just make a landing pad for the drone on the truck? And then the truck can drive somewhere using first-person view. And here again is our helmet with first-person view, right? So where you can drive our truck somewhere, and then we can take off with our drone and do a mission, come back and land, and then drive the truck back. So we thought that would be really cool, and we talked about this company Workhorse that's doing something similar with delivery trucks, where the truck will drive somewhere and the delivery person will deliver all the big packages, and then the drone will deliver the smaller ones, which is awesome. So again, we're using the ARM Ascenton. That is our sort of base model. And then what we hope to eventually do, and these are the tiny whoop is what we're using for that. What we eventually hope to do, let's bring our Tinkercad back up, is fold our donkey car, our autonomous Raspberry Pi car, into this and have some sort of system where it can autonomously drive around, and then the drone can pop off, and just like Workhorse. Maybe then I could get a job there one day. That would be sweet. Because I think this is, you know, one of the many thousands of branches of drones and autonomous vehicles sort of merging together, and I think that would be a really cool company to work for and innovate and come up with ways to solve problems. So what we need to do is we need to make that mount, and what we're using for sort of our basis is these two mounts for the body, right? And so the body fits on like this, and these mounts are sort of going to come up from that and go over from there. Alright, and again they're going to come up and go over, come up and go over. So what we've just finished doing is using our tape measure. We took some measurements here, and using our calipers, we took some measurements here. Of course, we couldn't use our calipers for this because they don't go far enough. The reason we're doing this is because, again, our print bed, our Lulzbot, only prints about 5.5 inches. So, you know, this distance being 13 inches, yeah, you know, that's being 13 inches, we can't even do it in 2 parts. It has to be a 3-parter. So what we're going to have is our landing pad, and again, looking here at Tinkercad, and I'll get these out of the way. We're going to have our landing pad here in the center, right? And then we're going to have our mounts here on the 4 corners, and we're going to have legs coming up from that, so it sort of forms like kind of like a roof rack for the truck. So it can still have its body on, and it can also carry the GoPro and the FPV cam. So what we just found out was this distance, which we measured at 12.75 inches. And that is, of course, because it needs to be in millimeters for 3D printing, 3D design, CAD. We did the conversion. Thank you, Google. And that is the distance. And then what we did was we center aligned these two so that the landing pad is in the center of the vehicle. Now, if it's not in the center of the vehicle where this is, that's all right. Because we're not necessarily bolting it to the body. We probably need to make it to where this comes off and the body comes off if we want to do the whole latch mechanism. Anyways, prototype 1. We'll start with this. Here we go. So, these are our distances. What we need now are the posts coming up. And again, we need a second rail for the other side. So we're going to duplicate that. And we're going to move that over here. Okay. And to be honest, now let's make sure, again, because these were different distances. Right, so you have the small one. So we're gonna, this is gonna like to be way more precise than this. So there's our distance. We're gonna click this up. That should align there. Yep. Okay, so you know what we can do? That distance isn't set, so that's our shortest. So we're gonna move this over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go back in. Okay, that was one too many. So we're gonna move that over there. All right. And the posts will come up from there. Let's look over here at this side. Of course, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this, this, and this. We're going to combine those. Alright. And then we are going to take this piece, and we are going to align, center them. There it is. Now, we need to move this back 1 millimeter. And what we have is our squared up post. And we're going to combine these two grouped together as well. So now we just need to make our posts that come up. And of course I need to go around the body posts here, kind of like think of a straw that would go down over top of these pins, right? And then we can just drill a hole and put the cotter pin through both our post and the body pin here. So let's measure. This again is 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. So what we need to do is we need to get out a tube. And we need to check out some of these. Oh, wait. See, that's just the outside. How do we do the inside? Is that ring? No. Is there a shape that lets us change the exact dimension of what that inner radius is? Right? I mean, I know a dopey way to do it, but oh boy. I hated when Tinkercad did this. Instead of putting everything where you can just scroll through, they thought, no, it would be way better. Will tire let me do? Thank you. Alright, so our whole diameter is 6 millimeters. Right? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Now, the dang thickness doesn't need to be that big. It needs to be, we're going to give it a thickness of 3 millimeters. Alright. So we have an inner diameter of 6 millimeters to go around the pin, and then wall thickness of 3 millimeters to give it some sturdiness. If we find that to be too unstable, you know what, let's just make it 5 now while we're at it. We're going to make that 5 millimeter outer thickness there. We'll give it a second to catch up. So there we have it. That is our, let's go back. It's going to have that 6 millimeter inside. And let's give it its own color so we can tell it apart. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to put these at all 4 corners so that they come up and it just like pops right on. So what we've done is we've measured those center points. And what I want to do is just get to the side here. Right? And I think we should be able to very easily measure that up. It doesn't look, we're going to do a 1/2 millimeter here. We're going to move it over. There we go. All right. Pretty square on there. Okay, now of course we need to move it back 1, so it is square there as well. Alright, we're going to duplicate this. We're going to move that over here. And now let's zoom in. In the center. Awesome. I'm going to duplicate that. Let's pull that up top here. Oop, got a little far, Oops. I said duplicate. Perfect. Now, of course, this one's going to be different because we found that those were different sizes. So let's pull this one over here and we'll give it a good zoom in. Let's get a nice little overhead view here. Alright, we're going to want to position that. So again, it's centered on both the X and Y. So let's check this out. And there we go. And so we want this line right here to be in the center. We want there to be equidistance there and there. Perfect. I thought it was duplicating it, and then it doesn't. Alright, so we're going to move this over here. We're going to do the same thing with our buddy here. And make sure that's right in the middle. Okay, now, the final distance we need to measure is the distance of how tall those have to be to sort of outgroup the body. So we are going to click on all 4 of them. We're going to say you are solid now. And since we're making the height equidistant, oh, I think I didn't have it, and for some reason I undid that. So 1, 2, holding down Shift, 3, sorry, 4. Have those 4 shapes. I'm going to group those. They're back. So they're 1, and that way what we can do is we can raise them all together, right? So we need to find out what that distance is to clear the roof of our truck. So we still want to use the truck body. So we can set that on here. Alright. And then we're going to measure. Measure, you know, what that we need to measure So let's get this body all the way on. And what I'm going to do is lay something flat across, and then we can measure how high that is off of here, right? So what you can kind of do is this. So let's get something a little more longer. It's not long enough. This Nintendo game is, however, perfect. So taking this Nintendo game and measuring down. No, because it would have to be flat like that. We have a tape measure here. Let's use that. There it is. So from that tape measure down, that is 56 millimeters. So this thing needs to be, just call it 60. No, because we kind of want it sort of right on the roof. So that way if there's any bouncing or flex, that roof isn't too far away. So let's call it 57. Let's see what happens with 57. All right, so here we are. We're gonna make that 57 millimeters tall. And again, we're just gonna extend out. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna make it yellow. Do that backwards. Okay. We want to duplicate this. We're going to hide that. We're going to take this, we're going to make it extend the whole way. So it's integrated. Alright. And we're going to make this green. Okay. So what we want to do is take this, our middle part, our legs, and group those all into one. Perfect. Now let's show that. What we're going to do is we're going to align those so that's in the middle. And then we're going to drop that down. So it's just that. So it's like kind of our landing zone. All right, 1 second here and let's get this going. right, so sorry again. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pause it today. We have essentially our frame. Now again, remember we have to cut this into 3 pieces. So we need to come up with a way that this piece, and this piece can all attach to each other. And I have an idea for that. So when we come back tomorrow, we're going to continue our print and play with RC Pro-Am, see if we can beat level 10 again, see if we can do it without constant interruptions. So I'm sorry. Thank you for checking out Multiverse. Multiverse is getting a new bathroom. What are you gonna do? It's awesome. So thank you for checking out. There you see my high score, 79,000. That's on my first try in 20 years. So we're gonna see if we can beat that tomorrow. We are going to get this printing. We are going to eventually, probably over on our YouTube channel, have some dope video of our drone lifting off from our truck as it drives around and delivers things. So thank you again for joining us. You guys have been awesome. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Have a great day. All right, later.